Are you the kind of Giants fan that wants the inside scoop on everything Big Blue? Well, then Investors Bank should be your bank because they're introducing the New York Giants checking account. And when you open up an account, you get exclusive access to the Wide Open with Sterling Shepard podcast. It's a week-by-week, game-by-game, inside the locker room perspective that you can't get anywhere else. And it's only available to Investors Bank customers with a New York Giants checking account. Here's a sample. So last night we beat the Jets. First game of preseason, but some people say it doesn't matter because it's preseason. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it steps in the right direction for us. What better way to start than to get a W? And so we just reviewed the game, about 30 minutes ago. Some of the things that we talked about in the meeting room was just not being satisfied with how well we played. We still had some mental errors in there, and so we have to stay focused and do better than we did this week.
And how's your thumb doing?
Yeah, thumb is great. We did an x-ray the other day and it looked great. Been moving it around. Now I can catch with two hands without everybody screaming at me. So that's good.
You think we're going to see you in preseason?
I don't know. I'm just listening to the trainers, doing whatever they tell me to do. And if the thumb feels like it's ready to go, then that's what will happen. But I'm just kind of listening to those guys.
You're Sterling Shepard. We have a brand new player named Russell Shepard. You're a wide receiver. He's a wide receiver. Is it kind of weird to have another wide receiver also named Shepard?
No, I wouldn't say it's weird in any way. We call each other cousins, even though we're not related. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it's not too many times you get to see a Shepard spelled the exact same way. But he told me, he was like, man, before I even knew you, I was calling you my cousin.
I do want to ask you about one big change coming up this year, though. The ability to challenge a no-call interference. Can you explain this new rule and tell me what you think about it?
Yeah, so from my understanding, if a coach feels like it was pass interference on the receiver or vice versa, then they can throw the challenge flag. The refs will go back and review it and determine whether it's a flag or not. And I think we had one last night, actually.
And how will this affect the game or your strategy?
I think it's going to slow the game down a lot. Like, I can't stand sitting around for commercial breaks and everything like that. So it's definitely going to be a lot more breaks. As an offense, on third down, I would be thinking to go deep and see if you can get PI because there's a lot of handsy things going on. And 9 times out of 10, there's going to be some hands involved.
So let's talk about standing on the sidelines last night. What do you do on the sidelines when you're injured?
Yeah, I mean, when you're injured, you just have to kind of bite the bullet, and it's tough seeing your guys out there playing and not being able to get involved. But you can get involved in other ways. There's a lot of young guys that played, and this is their first time ever playing in the NFL. So just being in those guys' ear helps them out, and just telling them some things when they come over to the sideline about what you see and how you would have done things differently.
Tell me about your first NFL game then.
So my first game was against Dallas, and actually scored my first game. You couldn't ask for a better start.
Now, your dad played in Dallas, so did that make it any more special or different that you were able to get a touchdown there in the Big D?
Yeah, I mean, it was special because my grandfather, that's one of the games that he's able to come to because it's so close to home. For him to be able to experience me scoring my first touchdown in the NFL, that was pretty special. And that was something that I really wanted him to see, to get that my first time scoring.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this podcast episode of Wide Open with Sterling Shepard. If you'd like to have this podcast delivered weekly to your mobile phone, just visit your local Investors Bank branch and open a New York Giants checking account. Only from Investors Bank, the official consumer and business bank of the New York Giants. Banking in your best interest.